This is the Muji 2mm mechanical pencil. It comes in a wooden finish, light layer of paint on top. You can feel the nice earthy woodenness of this pencil when you use it. The front cap as well as the back looks like brushed or matte aluminium. It is a light metal shape which is very pleasant to use. This seems to be a derivative or a variant that Ohto makes for Muji. The variant which is more made for Muji would be my pick if I were to buy only one of these. In this video I'll tell you why. First, the paint job is very good. This is the Muji 2mm wooden mechanical pencil, which is a big improvement on the Ohto 2mm. I think it's the Ohto Sharp pencil in 2mm. So this one looks very good. I have kept two variants in front of you. Some things are very thoughtful in this. For instance, the front grip, like the previous pencil, it tapers at the front, so it allows you to hold it right up top or all the way down. So let's quickly start getting to the scores. The grip on this pencil is fairly good. It is not as slippery as the painted versions of these pencils are. The length, weight, balance, they all stay largely the same. It is slightly on the shorter side, which is more pocket friendly. The weight is on the lighter side, and the balance is close to the middle, slightly on the back. It retains the same hexagonal construction, so again with wide facets, not likely to roll a lot or roll easily. It does not have any clips or roll stops, so those are not required to prevent them from rolling, but you can't probably clip them into your pockets as well, clip them onto your pocket as well. Though given how thick this pencil is, you might not even want to. Quick comparison. This is against Kitaboshi that we've looked at earlier. This is the Staedtler yellow pencil. This is the Pentel P205, a recent addition to my collection. This is Kurutoga. I don't think this has shown up before on our videos. Let me move everything closer. I'm quickly getting our staples of Rapid Pro and Staedtler 925 in. I'll use the Mars Technico to line them all up. A Kohinoor pocket pencil, Versatile 5601, and the Mars Technico. So this is the size comparison. You'll see that it is thicker and shorter than most other pencils. While it takes the lead size, standard lead size is a 90 mm long lead. This one is compatible with up to 130 mm leads, and that is thanks to this innovation over here. If I remove the end cap, this is where a lot of the improvements have happened on this pencil. One, you'll see that the hole in this is much bigger. Second, it clamps onto the tube from the outside as against the Ohto, which locks on from the inside and has a very tiny opening. So while you cannot quick load this Ohto, what you can do is you can load the 2mm lead directly through the eraser in the back. In fact, let me quickly do a replacement, and it currently has the Muji HB lead. I bring in the standard Staedtler 130 mm, and what you'll see is I can start loading from the back and it gets stuck here. So now carefully with the two index fingers, I click it a couple of times. It drops in through the clutch mechanism and comes out here. Once it is out, let me open this again and you'll see it's gone in. All of this is hollow, so the full size LED can actually sit inside this, and you don't have to worry about sourcing smaller LEDs or getting stuck or waiting for one of these longer LEDs to get consumed so that you can probably use them in this pencil. I'm going to go back to the Muji HB LED, which I am assuming will again be the Ohto HB LED, but this is darker. Since we have Staedtler here for comparison, this is Staedtler HB and this is the Muji HB LED. I would say it is slightly smoother and slightly darker. If we go into the LEDs, I'm not sure if I should call it Muji or if I should call it Ohto, but it's probably the same. So for the LEDs, if I look at the smoothness, they're reasonably smooth. We're looking at HB LEDs today. If you want to look at the B LEDs, you should look at the Ohto review where I was using the Ohto B LED. So smoothness is good. It makes noise. It makes a nice noise. It is not feathered. It is not toothy. It is interesting to use. It is good to use. Now let's come to the writing and drawing. Given how thick these pencils are, for short writing sessions they're okay. For long writing sessions I would not recommend this. I would suggest something that is more ergonomically designed. Similarly for drawing, if you want to do rough sketches, it is good. If you want something very precise, this is probably not the best. Some of the cons of this pencil or the challenges that I have faced again remain similar, though they have improved. Let's do a quick sharpening test. You will recall that the previous one just refused to sharpen. However, this, with the redesigned end cap, I have to hold it from here. If I hold it from here and sharpen, you'll see it's much easier to sharpen and I'm able to get a much better point on this one. So sharpening on this pencil has again improved and is not as much of a challenge as it was earlier. Pricing, I think they're priced at about $6 US, which is slightly on the lower end, just around the median, but slightly on the lower end of where most light holders are priced. And it is also similar to the Muji pen, to the Ohto one. So if you have an option of picking one of these, pick Muji instead of the standard Ohto. Though you will have the same end cap rattle as you write from time to time, but on most other things this one is a big improvement. Coming to the final decision of to buy or not to buy, I would say this one is, before I put this in a box, depends on what your context is and what your frame of reference is. if you must buy a wooden pencil, as of now there are three meaningful options. What you have is the Kitaboshi, which also I have reviewed here. Then you have the Ohto, and then third you have the Muji. All of these are 2 mm lead holders or mechanical pencils. My ranking would be, this would be rank 1 for me. If I were to pick just one, I would go with this. If I wanted two, this would be the second best. And Ohto comes third because again these two are the same pencils, just that Muji variant is significantly improved. So I think the Muji pencil goes into the buy bucket. If you want a wooden pencil. And that is all I have to say about this. Thank you very much for your time. I've gone into considerable more detail in the Ohto review. Please, if you want to hear more about the characteristics of this pencil, you can go check it out. This is how the Ohto pencil looks. If you have any questions, any feedback, please leave them in the comment section below. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a wonderful day.